Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Good thriller.
Yeah, definitely.
You play a pretty seedy character in this film. Tell me about preparing for that type of character.
I think the preparation for me it really comes down to trying to get as educated as possible on the sort of physical appearance and then there was something that was really gratifying for me in watching documentaries on prison specifically, because that's where the character had just come from. And then that, and just a lot of pacing in the hotel room, just going back and forth, being nervous. And
Really?
yeah, I guess so.
Still get nervous?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm scared if I don't get nervous, you know? And I think that's one of the things about this movie specifically, is that it was really a challenge, and it was something that I wanted to shy away from, and there was this moment where I was like, oh no, this is something that I should do because of that reason, you know?
You also have to go head-to-head with Mark Wahlberg, the fighter.
I know, yeah.
How did you deal with that?
That was definitely, it's interesting because he's so confident with physicality and in his body and all that, and I'm just like the biggest wimp on the planet, and so we would kind of like loosely block something out or whatever, and I'd be like, well, I don't, what, and we'd be like, action, oh, and just get pulled out of the car or out of my apartment or whatever that was. He's incredible. I mean, and I think after the first couple of days, it's definitely real, and it's real strength, but he knows what he's doing with it, and so I don't know. No, we definitely pushed the envelope as far as the violence, I would say.
The director did a great job with this film, with the tension, I think. I mean, it sort of builds up. It's a very tense film. What do you think are the elements for a great suspenseful thriller, and how does he achieve those?
That's a great question, and I don't know. I think that for me, in regards to this film, I think it was probably more or less just of a solipsistic nature, where I just was completely consumed in what I was doing because I was so nervous, and I wanted to try to do a good job. And this is why it's a great question, because this is why I think that not everybody is a director, but Balthazar is an actor as well, and I think that's part and parcel of the fact that that the movie is not just good versus evil or black and white like that. There's definitely layers, and so that's for me one of the interesting aspects of it.
It's very interesting. I'd want to talk more about that, but I have one more question about New Orleans. What was it like to actually shoot there, and to shoot in a place that is the film?
Yeah,
rather
exactly.
Than somewhere else. And also, what side of New Orleans do you think the film shows that perhaps we haven't seen? Well,
that's the thing. That's a great question. New Orleans is definitely it's its own character within the movie, and it shows. I think a lot of people are familiar with New Orleans. Well, maybe not so much nowadays. I think since Katrina, I think people probably had a little bit more education and a little bit more exposure to it. But for the most part, it was like Mardi Gras and the food and the culture and the bands and the all that, the parades, I should say. But no, this is definitely shows it. It's a city, and it's got another kind of heartbeat to it. And I will say there is something there. I mean, of course, you can't deny the food and the culture and the sort of mom and pop aspect of it. How it's not completely dominated by corporate America and all that. It's just beautiful. It's one of the best cities in the world.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.